Hey, what's up guys? A new powerful P.E.K.K.A deck just pushed up to rank 8 in the world. By incorporating Bomber and Dark Prince into the deck, it counters every Goblin Drill deck. And that's a pretty nice benefit, beating the #1 deck in the game. But it gets even better when you ponder why P.E.K.K.A is placed in the deck. The other top tier decks in the game are Giant Spam, Giant Graveyard, and Golem. So if you play Giant yourself, you're getting the strength of the big beatdown pushes, while the P.E.K.K.A pulverizes everyone that is trying to play the same way as you. Because if they're trying to drop a Giant, Golem, or Electro Giant into a P.E.K.K.A, there's not much they can do. And desperate opponents with Evo Bombers and Firecrackers that are trying to splash your P.E.K.K.A to hit the tower are going to get slimed by the Evo Zap and arrows. If you only have one evolution, use Evo Bomber. It's time to evolve to use 2 tanks in a beatdown deck to topple our opponent's towers and assert dominance. And a huge slice of love to everyone that's supporting the channel with creator code SirTag. Yo, we're playing against someone that finished 73 in the world. Let's go. I love playing against top ladder players because it really tests my skill. So we're dropping good luck and go for the bomber in the back. And honestly, I am hoping that we continue this source of good luck for ourselves. Getting the Elixir Collector as the 5th card is the earliest you can possibly get in your starting hand. Our opponent having Inferno Dragon makes me feel like we're probably playing against an Electro Giant deck or possibly a Lava Hound deck. Wow, neither of them. He's just going to spam a Goblin Giant into me. That is not a card combination that I've seen before. Goblin Giant with Inferno Dragon is whack. So usually the Inferno Dragon is augmenting the Lava Hound since you don't necessarily have that much damage per second. So you're really hoping that you're able to go and melt whatever beatdown push you play against. And Electro Giant, the same thing. It's weird to see it in a deck where, you know, they might have like a mini P.E.K.K.A instead. This guy's going to have Mother Witch and he's going to have Recruits. Wait, I think it's going to be in our best interest to go for the Bomber and use it on defense. It used to be incredibly overpowered on defense and offense, and it's still really strong on defense, but it's not as broken as it was before on offense because it doesn't hit everything. Anyway, the guy's going to go for a Rage. I think he's going to take most of my tower, which is okay as long as we don't lose the entire thing. Then I can go Giant in the middle because we are definitely not wanting him to get too much value here with the Cannoneer. We want the Cannoneer to be preoccupied for a bit, while we're able to, I guess, surreptitiously go in for the Giant in the middle and try to get some surprise damage. I was thinking about it. I was like, was it that sneaky? I think it is. I think it's a pretty sneaky Giant because we were able to snag it before he was able to go for the Inferno Dragon at the proper time, right? So he just didn't have enough resources. Right now, I think that it's going to be hard for us to defend against balloons just because the Dagger Duchess exhausts all of her arrows and then she doesn't have anything to kill the balloon. So that's one of the bigger problems for us. I need to prevent him from 3-crowning us, so we're going to Dark Prince on the left-hand side, and then we're going to go in for a Little Prince whenever we decide that we are needed to defend the balloon. So I'm going to P.E.K.K.A in the middle here, and then he goes in for the balloon, so we'll go in for our Little Prince here. I could just, like, lose the tower on the left and be okay with that. I definitely want to arrows on top of the balloon and also hit the bomber too, because that's not going to take my tower. And then we can go in for more spam here, because we do have Evo Zap after one more cycle, so definitely want to hit a good zap on this Inferno Dragon if we can. We're going to wait like 2-3 seconds. Then we're going to drop the zap to maximize our utility. We're going to pop the Little Prince ability. And then I think we might be able to go in for the Evo Bomber. Yo, this would be so funny. He just uses arrows. Let's Evo Bomber in the middle. He's going to drop something. No, I wanted the Evo Bomber to win. Never mind. It's going to do it. Let's go. I'm pretty sure he spawned something that he did not intend to with the pig. So we're able to snag the tower there. We might be able to 3-crown him. Can we seriously 3-crown a top 74 player in the world? That is insane. So even the best players in the world still get slaughtered by this P.E.K.K.A deck. Seriously, slicing up a 3-crown against someone this good is something that I was never expecting, especially at the start of the day. I feel like this P.E.K.K.A deck is a cut above the rest as we slice our way up to 1,700 in the world. It's time to continue the climb, and this guy's ranked 47 in the world. Wow. We are only playing against better players the higher we get up. This is ridiculous. First 2 games, we were playing against some of the best players in Clash Royale, which does not happen as often as you would think, right? Normally we play against like top 500 players or top 1,000 players, not top 50 like this. What the heck? All right, so we got to level up our skill right now. You already know the deal. We want to cycle a zap on the tower so we can unleash our secret tactic of cycling evolutions, which is definitely not a secret tactic. We just said that because of his name, to be honest. But everyone knows there's no secret about cycling evolutions being overpowered. Anyway, I could go arrows here. I want to cycle Elixir Collector early because maybe there's a chance he drops other cards that we can arrows as well. A little bit aggressive to do, but I think it's worthwhile. I'd rather just do that and then go for the Dark Prince, or we just eat it. Nah, screw it. We're a Dark Prince because that will kill the Dark Goblin. Oh, wait, do we splash on everything? No, Bomber, you're terrible. That was like the worst thing ever. I should have just zapped because that would have gotten us to the evolution and I wasted an evolution. You know what? Maybe it's not wasted. Maybe it was all intended for this counter push that he's definitely not going to activate King Tower with, right? Yeah, about that. That's not good. That's no bueno. It's okay, though, because the Bomber somehow didn't die and then hit the tower for 2 hits because it splashed. Kind of crazy that that worked. We'll take it. I could zap on top of the Dark Goblin, please. Yeah, nice. No damage. That's, I think, worth it. I think that's okay. Maybe it's copium. Every time that I overspend elixir on defense, when the Dagger Duchess would clean it up, it's a little bit of copium, but we take those. So I wonder if this guy can cope or if he has any hope of defending this push. I don't think he is. I think he's just going to choke. There's really, even if you're a top 50, right? It's not that many things you can do if you're down an insane amount of elixir, right? Like, let's say we go giant here. We arrows on top of the princess in the bomb tower. He's going to drop the bomb tower, right? Yeah, we can just do that. And then we've got Evo Zap on top of the Dark Goblin. Oh, wait, this will activate King Tower for him. Wait, didn't we already activate King Tower? What am I doing? I already activated King Tower. It doesn't matter. What am I thinking? I'm not thinking. My chances of winning are sinking. Okay. All right. What can we do here? I'm done being Dr. Seuss. We have serious business on our hands. A.K.A. dropping our giant at the river and then Evo bombering in his face. Getting 2 hits is insane. We calculatively kept the Dark Goblin alive for that purpose, obviously. Man, that's so ridiculous that we're getting this amount of value. And then we spam more stuff at the river because he's out of his Dagger Duchess arrows. He doesn't have Dagger Duchess arrows. How's he going to defend this? Like, Dagger Duchess is really bad when it doesn't have arrows to help it out. Oh, we can arrows here? We can give him his arrows back. Well, I guess he doesn't have arrows. He's going to have daggers. He's just dead. The dagger is getting pierced in your heart, my guys. You are torn apart. That was a pretty fun game, honestly. I feel like if I'm able to beat the best players in the world so comfortably, only losing 400 HP, it's a testament to how strong this deck is. Because if you finish number 47 in the world, there's only a handful of people better than you in the game. And this giant P.E.K.K.A deck put you to shame. Since Clash Royale hasn't nerfed this deck, I think we have to take matters into our own hands and nerf it ourselves. We're going to be using the Princess Tower to show the more free-to-play friendly version of the deck that is worse than the Dagger Duchess. But I have a feeling it's still going to stay pretty overpowered. And we pushed up to 1,500 in the world. Yo, we got another top ladder player. This guy finished 71 in the world. I feel like we are surrounded by some of the people that are just trying to tilt me. Clash Royale is a menace right now. I don't remember the last time that I matched exclusively into better players than me, but this is what's happening today. So let's see if this deck can completely carry me and win every game. Let's go, Clash. So I'm going for the Laser Collector in the middle. We are playing against Goblin Drill, and we do not have the overpowered tower to help us out here either. Oh my goodness. All right, so strategy is we're going to go for the bomber because we need to splash onto the goblins from the drill. And there's a high likelihood that he'll go in for an evolved bomber in my face when we go in for nothing else. Like if we just let that go, he probably bombers. And we want to go giant into that and make a prediction. Yep. I was just hovering the giant because I knew he was going to do that. Good players will always take the opportunity to Evo bomber into your bomber because it'll splash into the tower and do a lot of damage. So I'm not going to let this guy do that to me. You feel me? I've played the game a little bit too much to have that happen. Is what I'm trying to say. All right, so we're going to have our way with the Mighty Miner and finesse it. And this is looking really good. How's he going to defend? He probably goes in for skeletons. We'll zap it. Wow. We are reading this guy like a book, and we're giving him the cook. It doesn't matter if you're better than me at the game. If you don't make the right plays, you are going to get slapped silly, sir. So he just fell into a very predictable pattern where he was, I don't know, having a finite ways of countering us, right? If you only have 1 elixir, you're obviously going to drop skeletons. If you go in for the Evo Bomber at the river that is extremely appealing, I'm going to predict it because you're a good player. You know what the optimal plays are. So I can think one step ahead and think about what I would do. And yeah, sometimes that's what you're going to try to do to me. I'm going to go for the P.E.K.K.A and I'm going to probably go in for a giant and try to take his tower soon. Dark Prince is really, really good against drill because you can just counter the goblins. And if he goes in for the Evo Bomber, we'll bomber on that. It doesn't really matter to me. I do want to go giant with the P.E.K.K.A so I can build up a big push. And then I think we're going to be able to go in for the bomber on top of the Mighty Miner. A little bit aggressive to do, but I believe if we zap here, we should be able to get the Mighty Miner to retarget. And maybe the giant can deliver 1 hit. If not, then I think arrowsing is the right play. Then we go in for the Dark Prince. And unfortunately for us, we are playing against someone with Tesla Evo. So it's harder for us to find a way through the Mighty Miner and the Tesla. But we might be able to just like arrow cycle if we play this well enough. The thing is, I just really do not want to lose against someone this good because we found an opportunity to possibly win by outplaying him, right? If we find an opportunity to outplay him, then I really, really, really want to win. We're going to try to make sure that our bomber splashes onto everything that we need it to. And it's not really working, but it is working at the same time. You feel me? It was okay. It was respectable. All right, so if we Evo Zap, I do want to reset the Mighty Miner. And then I want to arrows as well, just to guarantee that we can get enough damage here. He's definitely going to go Evo Bomber into us. So let's go in for the Dark Prince on top of the Evo Bomber. And then let's use all of our elixir here on defense against the goblins. Yo, the P.E.K.K.A is going to get hit and we win. Let's freaking go, Sherry. I'm going to cherish this victory as you are going off and simply losing your sanity with an immense amount of goblin laughter. Laughing on the outside, but going insane on the inside with eternal sadness. That's a huge confidence booster, beating someone that finished 71 in the world at over 3,400 medals. I made multiple predictions to win that match, and I'm so happy they paid off. Predicting his evolved bomber and getting ready for the skeletons that he was forced to drop gave us a huge lead that we were able to ride out for the rest of the match. As we're breezing through the leaderboard, beating some of the best players in the game at 1,300 in the world. All right, so the guy's gonna start sliming me with an Archer Queen in the back first play, and it is definitely a priority for me to go for the Dark Prince right into that. Dark Prince has got a shield, so maybe it will stay alive. Nah, it's just gonna die. He's gonna go invisible. He's probably gonna go invisible, right? Really? Could we P.E.K.K.A right on top and munch on it before he goes invisible? Please! Oh my gosh, that was so ambitious. That was likely one of the most ambitious and stupid plays I've done in a while. I just sacrificed 7 elixir on a silver platter for my homie, and we're not getting much out of it. Wait, never mind. We got a lot out of it. Little Prince is just popping off. If we zap, I mean, we're currently winning by a wide margin. He's going to expect us to not giant, and we do it last second. Let's go! The benefits of running 2 tanks is the tremendous surprise that opponents will have. You'll be shaking the map when you drop your giant pushes, and you'll also be shaking your opponents because they'll be rattled when they realize what they're running into. So I really enjoy that. It's safe to say, like, it's worth it for 2 factors. Number 1, it makes the opponent just absolutely flummoxed. Number 2, it gives you a chance of winning the game with this element of surprise. So it's nice to startle and also get a successful push rolling. I think we can go for a Dark Prince here. Probably be okay. I mean, this is okay. We'll just go for the Little Prince here because it will kill the skeletons, and it's also going to go in the side that we need it to finish off the annoying Expo. Yeah, I'm not going to zap it. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I mean, Tesla is fine. It's going to decay. I don't think that was a smart play on his end. I don't think he can punish me. He's going to fireball this, right? He's just down elixir, and he doesn't have Tesla. What if we just giant at the river without your Tesla cycle, bruh? What if we do this? Let's go. Wait, is he dead? Is he dead? I hope he is. There's no way he defends after that. Like, I'm actually wondering what was going through his brain. Did he think I was going to try to defend the Tesla? I think he thought. Okay, so it's obvious to me that I need to go in for the P.E.K.K.A. Pikachu is not going to go in Thunderbolt on top of that, but we are going to go for a zap to guarantee we destroy and annihilate the Queen. Queen, but she's the Queen. She should never die to a 3 elixir champion. The Little Prince is better than the Queen. Anyway, we're going to go in for a giant here. And the Queen is actually statistically better. Its stats are just far superior to the Little Prince. But I do like saying that the Prince is superior just for the memes. Anyway, what do we do here? P.E.K.K.A on top of the yeah, I guess that's fine, right? I didn't have to go for the Evo Zap. We could Evo Zap cycle on this man. Wow, we're really going to keep it up. There's no way that this Expo deck... What are you doing? What? That legitimately does not make sense. Out of all the cards that you could conceptually put in your deck, that makes the least amount of sense. Also, if you guys saw, I Evo Bombered there. And the reason is, if you Evo Bomber and then they go invisible with the Queen, you have this hilarious interaction where the Queen still gets splashed because you're locking onto the Knight. So then it hits the Knight, then it hits the Queen, and then they waste elixir going invisible. And I'm proud to say this P.E.K.K.A Giant deck is a certifiable Expo Slayer, eradicating Expos and erasing our opponent's tower at the end. Yo, what's up, Lolo? So hopefully he's gonna be laughing out loud when he realizes what we're playing. I'm gonna be going in for a Dark Prince in the back, and the guy is not gonna be really responding that aggressively. He's gonna just go for a Little Prince on the right-hand side, play pretty passive, and unfortunately for us, I don't have the luxury of cycling our Little Prince because there's a likelihood of this guy be playing, I don't know, maybe a giant graveyard deck. So I need to prioritize defending against the Little Prince first, get our P.E.K.K.A on top of that, and then Pekka's gonna waddle her way back against the giant. And then we throw our own giant down. We're ready to go and give his tower a punching bag lesson. I wonder if he's gonna be able to defend against this Pekka. I'm gonna wait a little bit, then I'm gonna go arrows because there's multiple waves of the arrows. It's just better that way. And go for a Zapparino, and let's go. He's gonna lose almost everything. This is gonna be insane. This feels so dumb. Why are we able to dumbfound our opponents like that? And even though he's gonna have a whole horde of bats, they aren't gonna ransack my tower. I know that I'm going to take, like, I guess 800 or 900 health there, but it's not that bad. We've won this already. This guy thought we had a giant gentleman agreement, but I pulled out a P.E.K.K.A, which is the equivalent of bringing an atomic bomb to a rock, paper, scissors match. His standard giant scissors simply couldn't cut it, while the P.E.K.K.A shredded him. All right, Tom has got minor poison in the banner, and I wonder if he's going to be playing that. Almost every minor poison player is evolved to playing drill, because drill just does more damage, and this deck does counter drill if you play it with a competency of cycling your evolved bombers and then also your dark princes. Those are going to be your best answers against the drill. I probably shouldn't have cycled both those in succession because now I have nothing for the drill if he goes and spams it on the other side. I think going and doing dual lane pressure might be our best bet. It's pretty fun to do this where you go in for a random giant and then the opponent's like, why? Why do I have to defend both sides right now? So I'm going to arrows here as well, and we're going to force out nothing else, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know. We got skeletons. I don't think he had to do that. I mean, the Dagger Duchess was out of arrows, so maybe he did. Oh, it's another drill deck, as anticipated. It is the strongest card in the game as a Wink Edition, so that's why our deck is meant to counter it. We're going to go and pop our ability here to destroy the rest of the goblins right as they pop out. That timing is extremely important if you do not have your bomber or your Dark Prince in cycle. I don't think our bomber reaches if I drop it into the river, so I'm not going to do that. I've learned my lesson. After the Evo Bomber nerf, it's better to not cycle it when you're going to waste elixir. Like, you can remember and cherish the nostalgic moments of getting damage from across the river on the middle of your side of the map and dealing 2 bomb hits on the tower. But that is not a reality in Clash Royale anymore. It's more so a defensive card that is extremely strong when the opponent drops something down the middle that you can guarantee splash damage on. Anyway, we can go for the bomber soon. I just don't want to cycle it at the wrong point. Like right now, this splash is good. I think we're able to splash on his bomber and kill it. So, yep, perfect. Wait, that was so good because now we can P.E.K.K.A. And I don't think he's ready for this. Is he ready for the Pikachu? Yo, he's going to get thunder shot. He's going to get paralyzed by our deck. It's so funny to do this because in reality, like, how many people have played against something this dumb? Legitimately, I P.E.K.Ka'd at him. I dropped the P.E.K.K.A protecting the Evo Bomber, and he thought he was safe because the Giant was out of cycle. He knew my card cycle, right? The Giant wasn't in cycle, so obviously I can't protect the Evo Bomber. But I had another tank that he wasn't prepared for. Also, we're going to pull back the Knight and then preclude any potential of him going for a bomber at the river because it would just lock onto the Giant instead. So this guy is finding a really roundabout way to wind up dead. GG, my friend. There's nothing you can do. If you go for the bomber, it's just going to splash into the P.E.K.K.A and you're going to embarrass yourself. Since Evo Bomber is the best card in the game and Goblin Drill is the best win condition, it's nice to see a new pro deck on top that can stop that strategy. P.E.K.K.As that surprise your opponent will strike down the tower, securing you swift wins. Slice the like button if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.